Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Trader Stories podcast here with Hola Prime. Today, we're joined by one of our 100K account owners, Cole Goodwin from Canada. He's eligible for a payout very soon of $2,155, so he's doing extremely well. Cole, thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to be using Hola Prime. I'm happy to be funded $100,000 with you guys, and I'm excited about my future with you guys, and I'm enjoying my experience so far. I'm great because for those reasons.
Awesome. Awesome. That's good to hear. So Cole, we're going to kick it off. A lot of people watching, obviously, they love to know a little bit more about our traders, our funded traders. And the first question we always ask is, where did it all start for you trading wise?
Yeah, so I just wanted to quit my 9 to 5 job. I wanted a way out of the working world. I know it
Yeah,
sounds kind of funny to hear that, but that was my motivation
sure.
years ago. So I mean, I've been trading maybe like on and off like 5 years, something like that.
Oh, wow,
And then
nice.
I just look at prop firms as such a good way to make money on the side without needing to actually work like a typical 9 to 5 job. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
completely agree.
yeah.
I think that's probably the main reason most people get into it, to be honest.
Yeah, I
I've
mean,
never,
I mean, do you want to have a boss and work 40 hours a week, or would you rather have passive income and then you have
that's it.
control of your time? Like, which it's a pretty obvious answer for most people.
Absolutely. I've never met a trader who does it because he enjoys looking at charts all day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's
Totally.
fantastic. How
Yeah.
long did it take you to actually like start seeing results? Like when did you have your aha moment?
Um, in general, with my trading experience, in
Yeah,
general,
yeah.
uh, maybe a year in, maybe like year in,
Okay.
maybe 2 years in before I started seeing good results, and then it was maybe 4 years in before I was experiencing very good results.
Yeah.
That's the best thing
Wow.
I can say.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive. 2 years in. I mean, most people it takes 5 years probably, I would say, would probably be about average. So you're definitely doing something right. We'll get to your strategy in a moment and other parts of trading, but do let me know, what kind of trader are you? Are you more of a scalper, intraday, swing trader? What kind of trader are you?
So mostly swing trading, but I
Hmm.
do scalp sometimes. When I mix scalping and swing trading.
Yeah,
That's the best way I could describe that. I try not to hold trades long term over the weekends. If I have a trade in a loss, I'll just close it at a loss instead of holding it really long term because I've been screwed many times by holding something too long term.
yeah.
Some people say, "Oh well, it's okay because you have a stop loss." I'm like, just because you have a stop loss doesn't make you safe because when the trade goes down and when it triggers your stop loss, then you're out of the trade. You're
Yeah.
out, right? So then you make no money when it goes back up. So many people that don't understand, yeah. So anyways, I a mix of scalping and swing trading, mainly swing trading. That's the best
Yeah.
thing I could say.
That's a really interesting answer, actually.
Yeah.
Probably the first time I've heard that answer. A mix of scalper, well, swing trading and scalping. But I
Uh-huh.
think that's definitely probably the reason you've done so well. Recognizing when a trade is going bad, rather than letting it hit your stop loss, cut the loss early, get in at a better
Yeah,
price, you know.
yes, I do that sometimes, but I will let it hit my stop loss
Hmm.
though. I wanted to be clear about that. I will let it hit my stop loss, but I don't let that make me revenge trade. That's
Ah,
more
okay.
more of what my point. That's more of what my point was. Yeah, like
I'm
I'll
with you.
let it hit stop loss, but I just most people revenge trade after that, but I
Yeah,
don't do that anymore.
that's
Yeah.
definitely probably one of the most important things, that discipline. And we will get to the trade psychology in a moment. But I would love to know a little bit about your strategy. So if it is possible, if you could do a screen share and share your charts whilst you explain a little bit about your strategy, that
Mhm.
would be amazing.
Yeah, sure, sure. So okay, to break down, I'll just show for the viewers of this. This is all like trading history here, cannot be faked, right?
Hmm.
So any viewers that are looking at this, look, like I got my funded account I got fully funded with Hola Prime, and then I made uh 20 I made 27.61 as profit, but I like to, instead of letting it run to where I get 8% profit, for example.
Hmm.
Some people make that mistake. I call that a mistake because um, it can lose the profits that you just made, but I care more about making small profits, small withdrawals. I care way
Yes.
more about that. Consistent, long term, small withdrawals compared to just shooting for the moon, trying to get 10%.
Yeah.
I mean, people that try to do that, they in most cases, based on many people I know, they don't do as well, right? They'll
Yeah.
lose their funded account, or they just take too long to get any profit, right? I have a couple friends of mine are professional traders as well, and they have a hard time sometimes because they won't want to have small payouts, and they won't settle for like small payouts. They just care too much about getting the big. For me, can't wait more about smaller payouts, right? So when I see it an uptrend. Okay. So when we look at gold, the reason, actually, here's a good thing to say. The reason why I like gold, XAU USD for the viewers, is because I don't want to say it's predictable. I can't say that, but it has um, patterns that seem to be easier for me to trade, right?
Yes.
Compared to like US 30, right? Like Dow Jones US 30. Like I know some people that can make good money at that, but I don't trade that very much because it's very, very unpredictable, like extremely unpredictable, especially New York market open, right?
Mm.
Is crazy. Like not even just New York market open, but like 30 minutes before, even 60 minutes before, it's just insane, right?
Yeah.
So gold also has volatility at market open, but not nearly on the same level,
Yeah.
right? So when I see gold in an overall, I like to use the 4 hour chart when I'm looking at the overall landscape of the market condition of gold.
Hmm.
I like the 4 hour chart. Okay.
Right.
I don't trade on the 4 hour chart though. Right. I recommend, I mean, for someone like myself who's like swing trading and mixing swing trading and scalping, I like to trade on the 1 minute chart. Right.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah. What I know it's kind of risky. Is people are like,
No,
whoa,
no.
right? Like I get that. I get that response a lot, actually. Yeah. Like, whoa. Yeah. Call me a risk taker. Call me a risk taker. That's why I am where I am in life right now, right? You know what I mean? It's one of those things. It's like, it's funny, right? It's like
Uh,
some, oh, that's kind of risky. That's kind of risky.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I am where I am in life right now, because I take risks, you know.
Absolutely. Well,
So
it's working for you, man. It's working for you.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, totally. And so I'm gonna press this button there. I mean, this is MetaTrader. The viewers, we're not gonna go into detail about how to use MetaTrader necessarily, because that's not what this is about. But
yeah.
I press this all the time, so I get a good landscape, a good idea here. So I zoom in. Then when I'm ready to make a trade, uh, what I do is if we're in an uptrend in gold right now, obviously we're in an overall uptrend. That does not mean that I'm only looking for buys, right?
Right. Yeah.
You can see in my trade history, I did a mix of sells and buys,
Hmm.
shorts and longs, right? So I will, on an uptrend, I will be looking for shorts when we have like an ascending, like I could draw images here. So this is like let me just. This is like really basic, right? But so we got like there, and then there, and then strong line of support there. And I also like to draw overall lines of support. Bigger one's different color. So let me, yeah, I mean, pretend that's different color. So I'll on the
No problem.
4 hour time frame, I'll draw trend lines on the 4 hour time frame. Okay,
Hmm.
in a different color. Strong lines of support. Strong lines of support. To those who are watching that don't know what that means, it's just the most times that the price hits the line. That's what the more times the price hits the line, the stronger the support level is. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
what I go by. Okay, so just go up there. then we zoom in, and then this is where we get into some the higher risk kind of stuff. So I look at the last lowest low
Hmm.
in the general time frame, the body, not the wick, the body
Hmm.
of the candle, body, wick, and then when it is coming close to it, then I'll like put a buy in essentially around that
Right.
area, right? And then at the beginning of our conversation, you mentioned, we don't. I might not want to give away like all my secrets, and like that is true. Right? We don't want to
Yeah.
like give away too much, but in general, anyone watching this like will have a decent general footing, like to really get started a little bit, right? So that's when I start looking for trades. Like when I get serious about like looking for a trade is when it hits the most or recent lower low.
Hmm.
And then I'll add another one there. Then what I do is when I enter a trade. So let's say like right now, it's kind of like I would have, like I just said before this candle hit, I said I'd be looking for like a buy kind of
Yeah.
thing, right? So I'd be in profit like literally right now if I did
Hmm.
take that exact buy. But the reason I didn't take that exact buy because I don't want to take away from my profits that I just made, right?
Of course.
Right?
Of
Because
course.
like I'm a risk taker, but I'm not stupid at the same
Yeah.
time. Like I don't want
Yeah.
to be like overly risky, right? So yeah, so you can see the candles here. It's like holding on the trend line here, right? It could go down, could go up, but I also sometimes do ascending lines, right?
Hmm.
So like ascending line is just really straight, yeah, like that. Whoops. TradingView, I like TradingView. Also, I
Yeah.
actually like TradingView better. I like
Yeah.
TradingView better than MetaTrader. To the viewers watching, this is MetaTrader we're looking at right now. But I use TradingView the best for drawing
Sure.
lines, trend lines, all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just so basically when I see um a descending triangle um on the trend line, that's when the price goes and then it goes either up or down, right?
Hmm.
That's another way that I will decide an entry, right?
Hmm.
A descending triangle is different than an ascending wedge, right?
Yes.
As I know but I'm talking to the viewers, right? Descending wedge is usually a long. Is usually you're going to want to take a long at the end of it. Descending triangles can also be that way too. This is not a descending wedge, so this is yeah, no, a descending wedge is different. Yeah. So I mean, sometimes if you have a descending wedge, then of course you can, it can go any way. But when you look at statistically or historically speaking, uh, descending triangles like this, I would be looking for. I mean, I would do a little bit more analysis, but
Hmm.
overall, we're in an overall uptrend on the 4 hour chart, right? So I might be looking for some buys. I'd also cross-reference some of the macroeconomic news. If the viewers are wondering what macroeconomic news, that's a whole other conversation. And like that's a whole other strategy in of itself. But I'll say one gem, or maybe I'll say two. The red folder events. Don't trade red folder events. Don't
Of
trade
course. Yeah.
red folder events. So if
Yeah.
people want to know when those are, forexfactory.com. I mean,
Yeah.
I like forexfactory.com. Don't trade red folder events, which is like unemployment data, FOMC, right?
Mm.
Okay. So there's those. And then macro events when gold is on an uptrend and when you look into the amount of that's kind of intricate, but the reason why gold is going up, I don't think it's what everyone thinks. People think it's just because it's becoming more popular. I don't
Hmm.
think that actually. I think it's because a lot of banks out there have loaned out a lot of their gold, and they're having to cover the gold that they've loaned out, and they have to buy it up to make it go higher. But really,
Yeah.
it's just because they've loaned out a lot, they can't get liquidated on their loaned gold because there's a lot of fake gold out there.
Sure.
I am aware that gold. This is gold CFDs to the viewers watching right now. It's not actual bricks gold. It's gold CFDs, contract for
Yeah.
differences, digital gold essentially, right? And I'm aware that gold is it's a manipulated industry.
Hmm.
So gold CFDs here, this gold that I'm trading right now might not necessarily be like backed 1 to 1. I'm very
Yeah.
confident actually that it's not backed 1 to 1. Okay,
Yeah.
so I look at the macro environment with news around the gold. Forex factory, red folder events, what's coming up? What was the outcome of what Jerome Powell said? Did
Hmm.
Jerome Powell say that they're going to reduce interest rates, raise interest rates? Gold is slightly affected by that. During times of panic in the market,
Hmm.
gold actually holds pretty good and goes up a little
Yeah.
bit during times of panic. So those are
Yeah.
like everything in one. Some technical analysis, some fundamental analysis. I would never tell anyone to only trust fundamental analysis or
Yes.
only trust technical analysis. I would like anyone that says that is, I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to have both.
Absolutely. I'm loving this, by the way. I love how simplistic your approach to trading is. It's no extra jewelry on the charts with a bunch of crazy
Colors,
indicators and
yeah, yeah.
whatnot. It's down to the pure, uh, not just fundamentals, but like when I say fundamental, I don't mean news, but like the fundamentals of trading, right? What's actually impacting the price at the moment? Is it based on news? Is it based on inflation data? Is there a pattern that's true and tested? It's support, resistance. You don't need much more, and really good discipline. Of course, you need the discipline part, right? If you just didn't have the discipline, no matter how good your strategy is, eventually you're gonna get burnt out. So, but I love how simplistic it is. This is
Mhm.
this is like this is like music to my ears. I love this stuff. So really, really good. Amazing,
Yeah.
really amazing.
Uh, and then a scalp, like if people, like a scalp would be, just to the viewers that don't know what that means, it would be like, you put a buy in and then you sell after 1 second or 2 seconds or three
Yeah,
seconds, right? Yeah. So,
absolutely. Yeah, no, amazing stuff.
yeah.
Thank you, honestly, for sharing that.
Mm. There's a little bit more, of course, than just that, but overall, this is like a good base. And yes, simplifying is the way to go in most cases for sure. Yeah, because you
Yeah,
see those charts, and it's there's so many indicators, so many colors. There's a bunch of memes about that too, as I'm very sure that you've seen. And it's like you almost can't even see the price chart because
yeah,
of how many indicators people have. And when you simplify it way more than that, you actually can have an accuracy rate of almost the same
yeah.
because there's less distractions.
1,000,000%, 1,000,000%. But I totally agree with you. Like with the indicators, I'm not hating on indicate. They can be very useful in certain situations.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Um,
oh
but
yeah.
we find that when people fail in trading, so to speak, right, and they have a bad run or whatever, they blow an account, they believe it's 100% due to their strategy. So they go from one strategy to another, and they think there'll be a magical indicator that will somehow solve all their problems. And I mean, like, take the RSI, great indicator, no one can deny that, in a ranging market. Put the RSI on a trending market, and well, I mean, good luck to you. I mean, it's just not going to work, right? So
Yep. Oh, because that's
typically,
good. That's good. You brought up the RSI, yeah, because when the RSI, there's been tons of times where it goes up to 90
mm,
out of 100, which is massive, and then the average person thinks, "Oh, hey, look, the RSI is really high. That must mean I should short. That must mean the market's going to go down." And then what
yeah,
happens is the RSI goes down to 80,
yeah,
and then it goes down to 70, but the price
keeps going.
isn't going down. The price is just going flat. But then the RSI might go down to 70, and then
Yeah.
the price goes up, and then the RSI is at 80. Like the RSI will stay hovering, but the price freaking keep going, right? So
Yeah,
it's just because the RSI is high, it doesn't mean a short opportunity is there.
exactly. Everything within context, and it's usually never the strategy, so to speak. I mean, getting an edge in the market is actually not the hardest part. That's the funny thing. It all comes down to the psychology 100% of the time. And judging from, everything you said and what you've shown, you've definitely nailed the psychology part. I mean, just looking at your trade history, you had your first trade was unfortunately a losing trade, and I saw you didn't trade the same day. You didn't try to revenge trade, like you said. You stopped, you walked away, you came back the next day, and you made your money. So just goes to show, like I 100% believe that if you decided to on that day revenge trade, might not have worked well in your favor. You might have got lucky, sure, but most of the time, that loss gets worse and worse and worse, and then before you know it, you've blown your account and you're back to square one, and you're checking out
Yeah.
YouTube videos on the next new strategy that could potentially solve all your problems, and you just go around that same circle and you never get out of it. So without realizing, hey, if I just stopped and walked away and came back the next day, waited for another good opportunity, it would have been all right. It's not the strategy.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
my psychology. So
Mhm.
considering that you're, I mean, 5 years is still a long time, but considering that you started seeing results within, 2 years of that, which is
Yeah.
phenomenal, by the way. I'm guessing by nature you're a very disciplined person. You've got a good, strong mindset. I can even just tell like how organized your backdrop is. Every book.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
you
Yeah.
know,
Eh, yeah.
did
No,
you
for
find
sure.
it hard to overcome the psychological parts, or was it quite easy for you?
Um, yeah, no, yeah. I would say yeah. I would say it was a little bit difficult, but yeah, I am a very like I am a very disciplined person by nature, for sure. But it was a little bit difficult for me to understand the discipline of trading
Yeah.
and getting into the right safe habits of trading. I don't recommend people trade with lots of money up front.
Mm,
Obviously, I tried that and it didn't work. Right, like lost. Yeah, it just didn't work. When I tried trading with lots of money up front, because what
yeah.
happened is I had 2 weeks trading a demo account,
Hmm.
2 weeks, and I was consistently profitable in that two
Yeah.
weeks. And this is when I was like a new trader. I'm like, nice. I think I got it. I think I got it. And then what I did is I put a bunch of real money
Yeah.
into a live account and I lost most. Not everything.
Yeah.
Not everything, but
Yeah.
most. So it's when yeah, it being profitable over years, it's where the skill is. Being
Mm,
profitable in 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, being isn't bragging rights. Being
yeah.
profitable over years is bragging rights.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think what you mentioned earlier in the interview definitely adds to that, because you mentioned that you're not looking at 10%, 20%, 30%. You're not looking at these ridiculous amounts, right? While it is possible, don't get me wrong, someone can do 10% a month. I'm sure if you really tried, you can do 10%. It's not impossible. But to do that consistently, there's gonna come that one time, that one month where you're aiming for that 10% and it humbles you very quickly because you have to
Yep.
put too much risk on the table in order to achieve that. And
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
aiming for the 2-3%, that is the gold spot. That's the gold area. Just
Yep.
take your time with it. There's no rush. You don't need to make 10% in one month. Grab the 2-3%, up your account balance as time goes on, scale up, get another account, whatever it might be, max allocation, and then that 3% is just gonna look better and better as time goes on. Um,
Mhm.
so you're absolutely right. And like you mentioned with the demo account versus the live account, I think for a lot of people, it's underfunding is the major problem that they have. They put in, obviously, I have no idea how much you put into the live environment, but most people, they'll start with maybe $1,000. And if they stick to the actual core principles of, risking 2%, 1% per trade and making a few percent a month, on $1,000, you're not going to be happy. What, 50,
No,
30, $40 in a month? You're going to look back and be like, this is just not worth it. And
unless you're living in Thailand. There's some
well,
where it's
yeah.
really cheap. $40 goes a long way, right?
But in the Western world, yeah, I mean, you can barely buy a meal with that. So, people are just going to add way too much risk on the table, and it's the same story repeated. So, getting a prop firm account, getting funded, and then securing that funding, making sure that you're not getting on the edge of that limit is the right way to play it. And you figured that out by the sounds of it very quickly, stuck to your guns with it, and well, the results speak for themselves. So you've been doing absolutely fantastically well.
Mm.
I would like to move on very quickly to Ola Prime itself. And well, yeah, I mean, how was your experience with Ola Prime so far?
Good, good, good. Yeah, good. I mean, I think I failed the first challenge, I think.
Mhm.
I mean, that's fair. Like that happens like
Yeah,
normally. I mean, it's very rare that anyone will go to a prop firm and then pass the first challenge. I've heard of it. It's not
yeah,
common. So of course, like that's other than the expected failing this first challenge. I feel like it's been okay. Been a smooth process for me. I got my account deal past phase one. I'm pretty sure I got my account details for phase two in a timely manner because that matters, right, for a lot of
Yeah.
people, the overall user base of Proverbs. And yeah, support, having your live support is really good as well. I like being able to talk to someone fast if I need to. So that's good. I mean, oh, I haven't really been with Hola Prime with you guys for super long.
Mhm.
But I mean, up to now, though, I mean, I'm happy with it. Like, I have no problem recommending it to people for sure.
Awesome.
For sure.
That
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
amazing. And
Yeah.
yeah, we're really happy to have you on board. You're exactly the type of trader that we want to attract. We do hope
Okay.
that you stick with us and
Yeah.
you aim for max allocation, start scaling. That would be fantastic. Is that in the plans in the future for you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is
Excellent.
definitely my goal. It's to
Awesome.
scale and I mean max out. Like that's the
Yeah.
best case scenario.
No, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. And when you do hit those milestones, by all means, if you want to do another interview, would love to,
Really?
do a
Oh, that's
check-in.
cool.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
see how you're doing, how you're getting along. Because we feel this is the start of a very successful trading journey for you here with Ola Prime. So
Sure.
would love to check in the future. But you're
Sure.
doing phenomenally well.
Sure.
Keep doing what you're doing, Cole. You're
Thanks.
you're you're smashing it, and I'm sure you're going to go
Thanks.
a long way if you just continue doing. Just don't change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. No, that's what I want to hear. This is awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Awesome. One last question, then I'll let you get on. So a lot of people watching obviously going to be people wishing they're in your position, right?
Yeah.
They're probably struggling at this moment in time. I'm sure you can relate if you go back to when you started out.
Oh
We all
yeah.
can. What would be a piece of advice you could give to that person?
So I would say do not give up if you fail a challenge. If you fail two challenges, three challenges, four challenges, still do not give up because I failed multiple challenges in general in my trading journey before I finally got funded. And the reason why I got funded is because I didn't give up after
Yeah.
failing a challenge. That's the number one thing. Don't give up after failing a challenge. Get another one. If you can't afford $100,000 challenge, fair enough. I have some friends that kind of like,
Yeah.
so, well, I mean, it's not about actually being able to afford it. It's about not wanting to like risk that much. Some people just don't want to risk that much up front, right? That's fine. So then
Yeah.
buy a $50,000 challenge, right?
Exactly.
And if that's too much money, buy a cheaper challenge than that, right? But
Yeah.
getting your feet wet is important. It's continuing to keep some skin in the game, continuing that process of you actively trading an account, I think is super important. So, like, if you fail a challenge, I would say get another one right away. Just because you buy it right away, that doesn't mean you have to start trading right away. But if you buy one right away, it'll help keep you disciplined to keep trading on a consistent basis, right? Because when you
Yeah.
don't buy a challenge right away after failing, then you can get a little bit like less disciplined and a little bit lazier. So that's why I think it's good for you to fight yourself a little bit, which
Mhm.
means like making yourself more disciplined.
Mhm.
Whenever you're trying to make yourself more disciplined, you're fighting yourself. Well, that's what
Yeah.
you're doing, right? Because our
Yeah.
our brain, our bodies like to be comfortable, right? But if I just yeah. So anyways, just yeah, try keep the ball rolling. Keep the ball rolling with challenges, even if you fail, don't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, every single trader I've ever spoken to, it we all fail. We fail at the beginning over and over, and it could seem almost impossible at some points. We just think this just doesn't work. I don't know. There's something against me. There's a curse on me. The market
Yeah,
hates me.
yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
you do eventually break through that, and I know it's frustrating. I know it's difficult, but you just got to keep going at it, and eventually there is a light at the end of the tunnel,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it does work out. But you're
Totally.
absolutely right. Cole,
Mhm.
it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today. Thank you so much for coming on. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. And like I said, yeah, we would love to do this again in the future, if
Yes.
if you're up for that. But yeah,
Cool.
it's been great.
Cool. Yeah, yeah, likewise, Sammy. Yeah, I look forward to yeah, having the video up, and I will be more than happy to share that with everyone I know.
Definitely. That's much
Yeah,
appreciated. Thank you, Cole.
yeah, yeah.
And thank you to the viewers for watching. If you did enjoy this video, do hit that like button, subscribe, turn on channel notifications, share it with your friends, leave a comment, do all that good stuff. Essentially, click every button you see below the screen. That generally
Yeah,
helps. Um,
yeah,
but one last thing before you do go, if you go in our description, you'll see a join our Discord button. Now go ahead, click that button. It's completely free to join. And in our Discord community, we have a great set of people sharing, trade ideas. Great little community being built there. We got live AMA sessions with our trading coaches, exclusive competition sometimes, and even exclusive discount codes. So it's well worth joining the Discord community and being part of it. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Cole, for coming on and speaking with me today. And until next time, we'll see you again very soon. Take care.